And we are back. Season 1 finale of the Paul Rodriguez Show. We apologize for the subtle inconvenience there. We got the sound back, I do believe. Producer James in the building, West Washington, Pimp Claus of the North. Gentlemen, how we feeling after the Super Bowl 56 or Super Bowl Levi for you 10 and 12-year-olds out there? How we feeling tonight, gentlemen?
Good.
I mean, we got to do something better than good. Great, awesome, fanatic. You just had a great time yesterday, a great time Sunday. I mean, vibing.
A little exhausted, man. A little exhausted.
Got that? You got. Come on, you better get that liquid courage rolling.
Season 1 finale. Let's get it. Let's get it,
fellas. The game wrapped. Rams came out on top. Producer James picked the winning horse or ram. In this case, Joe Burrow didn't have enough to get it done. Late flags, highly questionable. I don't really know why it kind of went that way, but it did. I really was impressed by the offensive line for the Bengals in the first quarter and into the second. Things fell apart. That quick touchdown out of the half, out of the gates for the Bengals kind of gave them a lot of momentum. I felt that would carry them to the end, but it just was not the case. Stafford kind of took over. Him and Cooper Kupp did their thing after OBJ goes down. Tough injury for OBJ. Second time in 18 months that his left knee is torn with the I can't remember which ligament it was. I want to say it was the MCL, but I could be wrong. But at the same time, he's going to be a free agent next year. Lots of question marks around his continuation with the Rams. He's going to want a big payday, and he deserves it for the way he's changed the narrative for his career moving forward. But getting into how the game wrapped, let's go ahead and round robin, talk about the end of the game, talk about what you saw, what impressed you, what didn't impress you. The Bengals look for real outside of an offensive line. They got a lot of cap space. They better address that this year with the draft and with free agency. But moving first, let's begin with Wes. How did you think this game went? Was it what you thought? Did you think those calls at the end were valid? Did you think that they were ticky-tack? I thought they were ticky-tack. What say you, Wes?
Man, you know it was bullshit.
Man,
go ahead.
How was it bullshit?
You know, because you saw the calls down the stretch. It was obvious they didn't want the Bengals to shine. They didn't want Joe Shiesty to win.
Hey, the villain.
You know, it's Roger Goodell, man. You know how he is. It's just funny, man. That these flags they're not very consistent. You know because in the first half they missed the one with the face mask on Ramsey. I don't know how you missed that call. But, I mean, it seems like, yeah, hey, let's make it good. And then we decide which team we want to win towards the end, and we'll start helping them out a little bit more. That's basically what I saw, you know? So, but, hey, it was entertaining. I enjoyed the halftime show. I know the old country folk, they weren't very happy with it, you know, seeing those colored folk up there having a good time.
Hey, man, nothing wrong with having a good time. Hey, Wes, let me ask you a question real quick. I know you're on a different device. Is that device the speakers? Is it pointing to a wall or a barrier to where it's like sounds bouncing off of it? Or is there anything beside the device?
Is there anything beside the device?
Yeah, like to the left or the right of it?
I mean...
We're just hearing some feedback.
Yeah, because we're just hearing a little bit of crackling. I just didn't know what it was. Maybe we could do a quick troubleshoot. No, but
I don't
do this for me. Pick up the phone. Pick up your phone in your hand. Let's just see what happens.
All right.
Now just do a little bit of talking. How was your weekend?
What's up? How you be doing?
Nah,
my weekend was very good.
Well, I bet it was.
I mean, it's pretty quiet in here.
Yeah, it's not you. It's probably just something to feedback. We'll have to get that bug worked out in the next break. But before we do that, producer James, what were your thoughts? You're probably going to have a big time difference of opinion than West Washington did because we picked the Bengals last week. But at the same time, I don't think anybody's scores were even close. This was a lot lower scoring game than I thought would have happened. 43 combined points, 23-20.
I don't even remember what I said.
I don't remember either. I kind of figured that you would have kind of kept up. I know mine was 30-28. That was my final score.
I tried to get it. I did a lot of picks. I did picks on this show. I went on Pops and Shots last week. I did picks. I did a pick on Dark Side, and then I also did picks at my house with my kids. So I told them before the game started, I was like, hey, let's everybody. It was just the boys, me and the boys. Let's all pick You got to guess the team, and you also got to guess the score. And if you get those right, you get $100. You know.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What are the chances of that happening?" And I was like, "Exactly. That's the game.
point.
It's $100, dude." And I was like, "Okay." Like for instance, so I went first. I shit you not, dude. I picked 24-20 Rams.
Should have been 24-20,
dude. And you know, they were there the whole. It made it fun, you know, to watch the game with them.
Of course.
And they were like, "Oh, so and so's eliminated. Oh, you're eliminated. You know, there's only people left." And you know, I just should have been 24.
It should have been 24-20 Rams.
That's crazy.
That extra point. Whenever they botched that extra point, I was like, "There's something significantly going on."
Yeah,
that's going to play a huge role.
Somebody's numbers got
it's
fucked
just
up.
Somebody got lucky and somebody got screwed. Most definitely with that, the way it kind of ended up that way.
Yeah.
Wes, what are your takeaways from that game? Is Joe Burrow what we think he is? Is he going to be a player that is going to transform Cincinnati as long as they can protect him? He has the weapons.
Oh, yeah.
He has the running game. The offensive line is the biggest question mark, and the defense came to play and play well. Ever since the last game of the season into the playoffs, that defense has been lights out, and they don't have a guy on that team that you can name to an all-pro team at all. So they're just going to get better if they can build more weapons on the defense side of the ball. What is your takeaway from the Bengals going into next season?
I think it's going to be a good team. I mean, it's going to be kind of tough for them just because they're going to be in the AFC where they got competition with Buffalo, Kansas City. But I think the division, it may get a little bit weaker, except for I think Baltimore might be back. But you got to look at the Steelers. They probably have a big defense. I don't know what that trust in the quarterback. And then I don't really think much of the Browns. The Browns are going to Brown.
What if Aaron? Let's just think about this. What if Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh?
Then that's probably the toughest division in football. Then
what if he stays in Green Bay?
Well, we're entertaining it. I think talk about Rodgers. I think he stays in Green Bay. But if he did, like let's say a deal gets done. Let's say Russell Wilson goes to Pittsburgh. I mean, I know that's probably not what Ciara wants. But at the same time, like Pittsburgh is not that far from New York. It really isn't. Pennsylvania is not far from New York. But at the same time, they got a loaded defense, defensive player of the year. They got Claypool. They got Deontay Johnson. They got Najee Harris. You got a Super Bowl team waiting for a quarterback in Pittsburgh. That division for Cincinnati is going to be a challenge even if they get an offensive line put together. It's going to be an uphill road, but Joe Burrow seems to be a guy who can – he's going to be the face of the NFL along with Mahomes, along with Herbert, along with Josh Allen. That's the future. And what's crazy is all those guys are in one conference. So there's not going to be representation that's going to be able to transform in both conferences. You're not going to have those guys go head-to-head in the Super Bowl. You're going to have guys like they're going to be 35+. The Matt Staffords, the Aaron Rodgers, those are the only guys I trust to get to a Super Bowl right now. Outside of Russell Wilson, he's going to be pushing 35 soon enough if he doesn't go to an AFC team.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Burrow, I mean, here's a guy who, you know, he'll rally the team. I'm just kidding. Chris Collinsworth.
I didn't. You know what? Here's something funny. Here's a little food for thought. Papa Romeo and I were watching the Super Bowl. We started that bad boy off on NBC Universo. We were watching the Spanish broadcast because Chris Collinsworth just like irritates me, man. I thought you know who irritates me more than him? His son, Jack. God damn. J-A-C. Not Jack, not J-A-C-K, but Jack.
Yeah.
Jack Collinsworth. Dude, are you kidding me? He's more annoying than his father, and his father is greatly annoying. But
what irks you about him?
He's on the show. He's on the NBC broadcast. Like he's a commentator. And then his dad's in the booth. So it's like there's nepotism right there.
Chris Collinsworth. What irks you about Chris Collinsworth?
He seems like a fuddy-duddy. He just seems like I'm this nice guy, but I think he's like fake. I think he's two-faced. He played in an era where he wouldn't even be a practice squad in today's NFL.
Oh, he played?
Yeah, he was a receiver on Super Bowl. He went to Super Bowls as a receiver for the Bengals, but he couldn't play in today's game.
Oh, ouch! Why? Why couldn't he, man?
People probably gonna be saying.
Let's put it this way. He
could be a slot receiver.
People gonna be saying that
6'4". No,
I mean,
no.
He's 6'4", but he's 6'4", but he's not like a leaping 6'4". He's not a 6'4", like 6'4" athletic. So I mean, you can put him in the slot, beef him up, put him at tight end. You never know the heart of a player, man. Come on. I mean, yes, Collinsworth is annoying. Like, I mean, I don't really listen to him. I had music going until the halftime show, and then I listened to the halftime show. So I don't really like to listen to a lot of commentators in the first place. I mean, I hate listening to Troy and Joe Buck. So
hey man, they're best friends.
I get what you're saying, but you can't say that the dude wouldn't be able to play.
He wouldn't be able to play in today's NFL. Getting back to the game, for me, I kind of want, and I want to pick y'all's brains. Did those 2 picks from Stafford, did they really get you nervous? Because I was like, here we go, here's Stafford, Detroit Stafford all over again. That when that first one went off, I was like, dude, that was a bad throw. And then when the second one happened, I was like, that maybe could not have been his fault, but definitely is kind of gonna be counted for the stats. Did that kind of get y'all like, well, maybe he's gonna blow it. Maybe he's gonna like just fail.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, the Bengals, they should have taken advantage of it. They didn't really do it. So,
100%.
You got to give credit to the Rams defense, for not letting it get out of hand.
But why didn't they take advantage of it? What did they do? And you talked about this, Wes. What were they not doing in that third quarter?
I don't get it. I think it's a thing of the past. But I just remember great teams in the 90s, even in the early 2000s.
He was going to say
when
80s.
They got a league where they just come out and they run the ball.
Yep.
And they, when they play with a lead, especially like a touchdown or a 10-point lead, you run the ball and you run time off the clock. And a lot of these dudes, man, they call it, they run the ball by passing it some kind of way with these screen passes or with these, quick passes. That's the way they call them running the ball. But I don't think it works that way.
And I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad you brought up the screen game. Going into this game, I thought that was going to be the best weapon that Cincinnati could use against that defense that's hyper rushing after the quarterback. And I thought they would mix that in with their run game to keep the Rams honest. And I never saw a screen that was going to be able to put Joe Mixon in space to let him get loose. And they kept bringing in Samaje Perine to like run the ball on third down. And I'm just like, this dude has no rhythm. I mean, he's a great product out of Hendrickson High School here in the Austin area. But you bring a change of pace back like that. It's like, get him in space, get him in the flat, get him with the ball in his hands in space instead of trying to do power run down the field when he's 5'10", 210 maybe. It's like leave in your 6 foot back who's 230 to get the ball downhill when it's 3rd and 1 or 2. Now, again, I think they were going for it on 4th and 1 shortly after that. But at the same time, got to keep that rhythm going with your running game. And for some reason that was just lost upon a lot of the guys going into, the third into the fourth quarter. When I saw the game was 20-13 with the Bengals had the lead, I was like, just let's run the ball, throw underneath with what the Rams will give you. They'll give you everything short as long as you just keep it there. They're going to keep their safeties over the top to make sure they don't get beat deep. And then when Tyler Boyd dropped that ball on that third down, that's when everything really deflated. And he hadn't dropped the ball all year. And it's like, you need to catch the ball before you turn your head to run upfield. And whenever I saw that drop, I'm like, there it goes. Here comes the comeback. And sure enough, it took off without a hitch. But that's kind of the way the cookie crumbled. Its experience. Cincinnati had the game to win, but came up short. And, that's the way it is. Any other final thoughts before we move on, Wes?
No, not really. I mean, it's what I thought was going to happen, but I thought, by chance that, Joe Burrow gets some, he pulls it off again. But it was basically what I saw it happening. Rams defense playing tough.
Yep.
Stafford looking ugly, and then all of a sudden he looks great because he gets in the last drive. And then they call him great. I definitely maybe the game is different if what's his name OBJ doesn't go down, because
I
that
think
gives
it's
him another weapon.
I think it's a blowout
So
if he doesn't get hurt.
I don't know if I think it's a blowout.
I do.
Maybe it's more of a back and forth deal. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I just wish Cincinnati, when they got the lead in the second half, if they just would have came out and run the ball, especially after those turnovers by Stafford. But it is what it is.
One more question, Wes. One more question. Is Aaron Donald a Hall of Famer?
Aaron Donald, yes. Yes. He's one of the top. I mean,
first ballot?
I would say first ballot.
Yeah, me too.
For me, but you got these guys that I don't know what's wrong with them. I mean, they just said D Ware wasn't first ballot, and I don't know how that's. I don't know what their criteria is, and a lot of these dudes don't even play sports. Probably they just write about it. So it's kind of messed up the way they do that. But I think Aaron Donald for sure.
So they're fugazis, is what you're saying?
Huh?
They're fugazis.
Yeah. I would say Stafford. I would lean towards Stafford being in. I know a lot of people are saying no, but I can see I see Stafford definitely in the Hall of Fame. Definitely, I would say a Tony Romo, Phillip Rivers type player.
If he wins another Super Bowl, he's definitely got to be first ballot Hall of Famer for Stafford. If they get another one, I just don't know how long. I think the real question is, how long is McVay going to last? I mean, if he wins a couple more Super Bowls, he may just retire at like 35, 6 and get out.
What are your what are both y'all's requirements for first ballot Hall of Fame?
It depends. What position? What era?
Quarterback.
What era? Now.
Like, because you say Stafford, if he wins another, you said he would no doubt be a first ballot, right?
Yeah, because with 2 Super Bowls, it makes things a lot easier. Because you were able to win championships twice, and it's hard to win a game, much less a championship. Yeah. But I would ask myself, okay, if you're gonna win 1 Super Bowl, what else did you achieve in your career? Were you an MVP? Were you a Super Bowl MVP? How many MVPs did you get? How dominant were you whenever you were playing the game? Could you play, like, for me, I'm comparing, could you play in any era? Could you play in the 90s? Could you play in the 80s? Like, if you're playing now, because this is a different game. Yeah. There are reasons why the rules changed the way they were. And a lot of them, in my opinion, were because of how the hell Troy Aikman got his ass beat. LeVar Arrington ended Troy Aikman's career on a sideline in Dallas with the tackle, and that pretty much caused him to retire with a head injury. I remember it. I saw it. I was like, and as soon as he got up and it was over, the game was done. Like after the season, he retired. And I think a lot of rules changed because, look, NFL players are commodities. That's the way it is. That's the business. But at the same time, like, you got to protect your commodities. And that's why these rule changes are built to protect the quarterback and a lot of offensive players, because people want to see points. They don't want to see a 9-6 game like the LSU Alabama game in 2011.
Yeah. Do you think if the rules had not changed, like over time, had they have been the same, like when LeVar Arrington was playing, that Tom Brady's career would have lasted? Tom Brady would
have retired at 36 years old with 5 championships. And then you have,
which is still amazing.
It's still great, yeah. Right? It's still great, but he's not the GOAT.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's another thing we can talk about with Tom talking about on his podcast yesterday, but we'll talk about that later. But at the same time, it's like, how many championships do you have? Were you an MVP? Were you a Super Bowl MVP? What were your accolades like? How did you finish in your statistics? Could you play in any era? But see, I don't have a vote, and probably people are going to hear me say these things and be like, we'll never give that guy a vote. Because he's not going to vote the way we want him to. What's up, Wes?
Wait, I missed something. Who'd you say that is not the GOAT?
No. I said if the rules to protect the quarterback had not changed, Tom Brady would not be the GOAT. He would have retired 10 years ago.
You always question people's heart, man, how bad they want to play. and their determination.
You're telling me if the rules from the 1990s, the early 90s, were in place today, these quarterbacks' bodies would last past the mid 30s. Their bodies.
Great athletes change and adapt.
Yeah, so do rules, and so does money, and so do owners who want to protect their valuable quarterbacks. I'll bet, Wes, I need you to start thinking about the business side of this bad boy too. It's all fun and games to talk about the game and the sport, but at the end of the day, it is a business, although they are registered as a nonprofit.
Are we gonna do a?
Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just to say, man, I wanted to finish one thing about the Super Bowl that was really annoying.
The halftime show.
LeBron James, man. Like
LeBron James
hop in on the parade. Did you see that?
For the clout, bro. That's all it is. For the clout.
I'm just saying, why are you trying to hop in on somebody else's celebration though? I just find that rude, man.
He's LeBron fucking James.
LeBron James.
I don't care. Man, come on, man. Don't be disrespectful like that. Let the dudes have their moment. Why you gonna try to jump in on a moment when you barely, you what, 10 games on the 500 right now?
Damn.
You talking about a championship you won years ago?
Hate flow through you. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts.
What is this, the 33rd annual Player Haters Ball, West?
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me while I gotta go home and put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish.
Are we gonna have a segment about like the NFL honors as well?
Maybe we'll talk about that.
I just had some stuff to say about
nobody gives a shit about Aaron Rodgers winning by his
I just wanted to give my take coming from a Packers fan. I don't know if we give it now or if we give it later.
We're gonna talk about Aaron. We're gonna talk about Kyler. We're gonna talk about the halftime show. But before we do all that, let's go get into a break. 49 minutes after the hour. We did talk quite a bit. Stay tuned we'll give you our thoughts. I was not impressed with the halftime show, but I'll give my point when we come back. Until then, here you go. Listen, Wes, that show we'll be back.
Yeah, this dude.
Welcome back. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Let's get into it. Halftime Super Bowl show. My thoughts, my feelings. Nostalgic, fun, sing along, but not impressive. Thought it could have been better. Thought it could have more theatrics. Shout out to Anderson .Paak though. He was that rock and roll element I knew they needed to incorporate, and I really didn't recognize him at first. I'm like, yo, where's Bruno Mars, bro? Like, Silk Sonic, but Anderson .Paak, dude's is skillful and he can sing. He'd be like, this, yeah, got me. I don't want to say, you got put some respect on my name. Respect.
I didn't know who you're talking about.
You don't know Anderson .Paak. You don't know Silk Sonic and Bruno Mars.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean either.
Y'all motherfucker. Y'all having me cussing now. Y'all better go do some home. Y'all never heard of Silk Sonic.
I'll just flat out say no.
I've been working on it. I've been working on stuff, dude. Been listening to some new people. I listened to Leon Bridges.
Okay, y'all know who Bruno Mars is, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you know Leon Bridges, you should know Anderson .Paak. You should know Silk Sonic. That's
really?
That's R&B.
A lot of times I don't pay attention to who they're doing features with though either.
No. They're a group. Bruno and Anderson are a group called Silk Sonic.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, they're an R&B group.
I was not a big fan of Bruno Mars.
What?
You know what? I think you know what? I'm not. What hurts me with Bruno
that glitch
Mars
came back.
I can't get over it when he starts to talk about Motown. And he's talking about his Motown funk, and he ain't Motown funk. If he would stay away from saying that he's Motown funk, then I probably would listen to him more. But all I hear was him talking about he's Motown funk. And he ain't no Motown funk, man. Yeah, get out of here with that.
And he said he'll funk you up.
Okay, Buck Nasty. Good Lord.
I would fuck him up. He think
he's 5'2", bro. Why are you always picking on little people?
Thank you, Paul.
I'm not picking on little people. I'm just saying.
You said
thank you, Paul.
You said you would F him up. He's 5'2", bro.
If he's claiming to be Motown funk, you can't be acting like you Motown funk. You need to leave it alone. Be your own. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Stop trying to fight other people's shit, man. It's like somebody came back and tried to say that they.
Mingo said Silk who?
Style or something like that.
I feel you on that, Wes, but still at the same time, you got to give him his.
I ain't got to give him shit.
You got to give him, man. Wes, you are wrong, sir.
I ain't wrong. I'm just saying, bro. I grew up on that Motown funk.
Facts.
That dude ain't it.
Facts. But the dude is a very well-known singer and pretty damn good singing at that.
I ain't saying the brother got talent, man. I ain't saying he ain't got talent. He's got talent.
Yes.
He does a good job at what he does.
Okay.
But he ain't Motown funk.
I can agree with
that off of him.
I agree with you.
I'd be cool with it. But it just bugs me when he says that shit.
Okay. I man.
It
is what it is. No, I say it is what it is.
Say it.
Say what your chest.
Say it.
Say what your chest. I almost did.
Sometimes you want to say it, don't you?
Right there. I was like,
I know you do.
It is what it is. That's what's sticking out. It is what it is. But I get it. But yeah, I'm gonna put you on the Silk Sonic. They're a good song. But as far as the other person that you mentioned, who I don't care to mention their name, I could expect that from a person like that. I could expect him. He doesn't strike me as an individual who would know that group. That makes total sense. But getting back to it, what about you, James? Well, Wes, we didn't really get your thoughts. Like, what did you think of the show? Was it fun for you? Was it nostalgic? Did you appreciate everything?
Hey,
they pretty much honored Dr. Dre. That's what that was to me.
Keep it under 2 minutes, Wes, because I know you're about to go off.
Yeah, no. Oh, man. Anyway, what I was gonna say, dude. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I understand. I wanted it longer, but then again, I understand that they couldn't really do much more for the crowd. If they really would have did some real Dr. Dre shit, it would have been great. There's definitely some songs that you wish you could hear more than the ones they played. They played the ones that they could get away with. Even Eminem, he can really do his classic stuff, and I'm glad that he didn't do any of his new stuff because I don't really like it. But I feel a lot of people are getting on these people because they're old. But it's like, man, I heard a lot of people hating on 50. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
you.
I wish I was swole like 50.
Yeah, you.
No. Hey, no.
Hey, man, don't be blaming. Hey, look, Wes, don't be blaming that man because he looked like a whole dollar up there upside down.
I'm not saying. When I pass y'all on these memes, people talking noise, don't mean that I agree with it. I'm just saying this is what's going on. This is what people are doing.
You got to chuckle. You got to chuckle out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got chuckle of a few of them. Like, they were making fun of Mary J. Blige.
Hey, man, she's a beautiful woman, but she didn't need to be put on that fit like that. She didn't need to be in that. She 50 something. She pushing 60, dude.
Yeah, but Mary, she need to stick to singing though, man. I seen her. She on a show that a spinoff of Power.
Okay.
Her acting skills ain't. She got like one mood, man. Just she doesn't have any. She doesn't have like she got range in her voice. She ain't got no range in her acting.
Hey man, she's still learning. Don't hold that against her.
I get it, man, but it's just like it's my show, so I get into it, and I'm just like, man, she's just bad. Even though I love Mary J, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, that was great. But like I said, no, I enjoyed it. It really, seeing the cars, seeing the set, Snoop up there, Crip walking, dude, it was great. I loved it. I know, like I said, the older people. They didn't enjoy it. They're probably gonna stop watching the NFL now because they got these gangsters out there. But
that show was definitely for people like under the age of 50. Like, I really believe it was for folks under 50 because you got to think about it. We grew up with that music, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people on our age, Wes, I know your generation was the genesis. That was your generation who started that movement in hip hop. But at the same time, it's like, I'm sure there's like 10 and 12-year-olds who know Dr. Dre. They know The Chronic. They know Snoop's album. Hey, speaking of Snoop just bought Death Row Records. So like he owns all his music now. That is phenomenal for an artist to own their own music. That's a big deal. So shout out to Snoop for him. He just purchased it right before the Super Bowl. So what's so funny about that?
Yeah.
John, you're like speaking of Snoop, he also picked up like some domestic charges right before the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
For what?
You want me to look it up?
No, that was Adrian Peterson.
That's Adrian Peterson.
That wasn't Snoop. Yeah.
I think you're talking about a different kind of a different person.
No, I'm not. But carry on.
Okay, yeah, look that up because I didn't see anything about that previously.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about that either. but I feel like the younger people, they need to know about it. Like, I learned about the music before me through my mom.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good time for the older people to share with their kids. Like, hey, I need to go back and listen to this stuff, man. And so, I mean, because that's what I used to enjoy, man. Especially, get your little herbal essence going and listen to some classic Motown hits and stuff like that, man. Woo! Soul music, it gets you feeling good.
Wes, I think we got something. James, what you got?
Yeah, so he wasn't charged. My bad. He was sexual assault allegations were put on him, which if you're a big name, that's just what you got to live with.
Somebody looking for a payday allegedly.
Yeah, and this was right before. This was like a week before the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Not gonna believe. Well, I mean, whatever happens, whoever's telling the truth, I hope justice is served for them, and whoever's lying, I hope they're held accountable.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Due process.
We don't let them hoes.
God damn it, Wes. All right, let's get into it. NFL honors.
Can I get my Super Bowl halftime show review?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You over here talking about people picking up charges, and I'm like, when did that happen? All right, but yeah, producer James, go ahead and talk about how much you love the halftime show.
So I've definitely, like you said, was built for an audience under 50. Yeah, man, I would even say like over 21. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't think so?
Some of these high school kids know.
Some of them.
Yeah, I'd probably say half.
The ones that don't. But anyways,
maybe their parents just want to protect them. How about that?
from what?
From everything.
Okay.
Literally, think about
Helicopter
it.
parents.
Think about it. Literally, from everything.
Yeah.
There are parents who want to protect their kids from everything.
So I was jamming and all that shit, but like it just wasn't like it
didn't
like,
hit.
It wasn't like, man, that was badass. You know, like afterwards I was kind of left like I was looking for something more.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Me
I was waiting for Tupac hologram if you want me to be honest. I was waiting for the hologram of Tupac to return, which, you know, was nowhere in sight. He would have saved the show. Isn't that crazy that I felt like people would have like popped off more for a hologram of a person who is now deceased?
Especially if they when they played Welcome to California.
Yeah.
If
that's when I thought it was going to happen.
If Tupac's hologram would have dropped on one of those stages or in one of those rooms, it would have been a huge pop.
Yeah, but it wasn't dark outside.
I thought he was gonna do it when Dre's on the piano.
Yeah, it could have happened there too.
So was Dre like he was controlling soundboards? Was that tell me that was totally fake, right? Like he wasn't up there literally like adjusting levels. Like guys in the production truck are doing that, right?
He wasn't doing.
Yeah.
He may have like produced everything.
He probably set him up before he went there.
Yeah, he may have produced everything, but like
I get the look they were going for.
To me, what it was just a big Dr. Dre commercial. That's what I got. When Kendrick came out and it was just Dre on the boxes, I was like, why is he?
It was Dre then.
It was all about Dre for sure. It was all about
Dre.
What?
You know who Dr. Dre reminds me of, kind of, and like I'll make the cross MMA reference. Nick Diaz, because we know what Dre's capable of.
Nick or Nate?
Nick.
Okay.
We know what Dre's capable of. Putting out these, you know, the Chronic and also the 2001, which are personally one of my like all time favorite.
Really
2001, dude. I can almost listen to that whole thing. If I'm in that mind frame, you better watch out.
Yeah, it's a good album.
But
I'm just saying, you can listen to the Chronic and 2001 already. At least I can.
Because you're 50.
Hey, I don't know if I'll make it through both. I'll be like that.
You're not gonna make it through the Chronic? Oh,
no, keep going.
No, not because of the music, but just.
Go ahead, James. I'm done with you.
But also, this guy. Here you go again, Wes. But no, so like we know what he's capable of,
right?
And then he releases, you know, like the I'm about to lose my mind with the Doctor with Eminem, which is like an Eminem song, but also Dr. Dre goes on and he produced it also. But it's like just years of like, you know, I don't know what's the word, but I want to say wasted talent, because it's like you should be putting out. You know, but I realized that he also has other projects, beats and stuff going on. He
was doing other artists too.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, so not to knock him in any kind of way, but also, you know, Nick Diaz, like, I mean, it's like, dude, like, you know, you're in your prime, dude. You need to be fighting and all that shit. You know, like, come on, man. Like, let's see it. Let's see where's the product at. You know what I mean?
To not be so hard on Dre and to talk about the other side. We don't know what constraints the NFL and Pepsi put on them, right? They were like, you can only do this because we had that wardrobe malfunction years ago.
Well,
we don't know.
I heard that they asked him to the F the Police lyrics, like kind of tone it down a bit, which he did not. What else was there? I heard that they asked Snoop Dogg not to wear I heard that they asked Snoop Dogg not to wear a Crip bandana. He did not. He wore a whole outfit.
Yeah, it was a Rams themed teardrop outfit.
You get Snoop, you get Dre, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? The NFL knew what they were going to do.
Let me ask you one point. What are you going to tell a billionaire he can't do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. And, you know,
they did a good job of doing it, but they said that Eminem, he wasn't supposed to kneel. The NFL didn't want Eminem to kneel. Of course, he kneeled.
You know what?
I didn't see that.
I don't doubt it that the NFL told him not to kneel.
Yeah.
And when I saw him kneel, I was like I didn't even think of Kaepernick or nothing like that.
I didn't see it.
I thought of it as part of the performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I hear I get on Twitter, of course, afterwards, and like.
But how do we know that was the intent?
Yes, exactly.
We don't know.
Exactly. There might be something out there right now, but as far as I know, there's not. You know, but
it just seemed like he was kneeling just to soak up the moment. It just seemed like that.
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like.
And that's when they were all on the stage together.
Yeah.
I
when
didn't even know.
He got done rapping and he gets down and he has his hands in his face and like, you know, I think that's right before 50 came on or something like that. Okay. You know, which if he knew was about to happen, I would have had my hands in my face too. 50 upside down on that bar.
But man, I think people just thought that it was going to be a concert. You got to realize that they can't be themselves that much in this setting. It can't be a real concert because you got people of all ages watching.
You see Snoop Dogg puffing before he went on? No?
It was every picture you got of Snoop at the Super Bowl, he had a blunt in his hand.
Well, they're in California. It's legal there.
There's a video of like a producer for the show, and he's got like, there's like a monitor in front of him, and he's like recording it, and Snoop Dogg's like, he's like right where the little stairs, which like the stage was like pretty cool. It was like a house and like
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? I kind of like. I was like, I feel it. But he was right there where the stairs were, and he was like dug down, and he was like chiefing on a blunt or something.
The producer,
Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But it's like, dude, if you really wanted to hide, you know, he would have hid. He knows everyone's watching. Like, you know, Snoop Dogg don't give a fuck
but it's legal there. So what's the problem? That's what he's like. What's the problem?
For sure.
I guess what you gonna get when you watch Snoop.
I mean, come on. He's been an activist on that, proponent for that since he's been around.
Snoop-a-loop.
It's just same with Willie Nelson.
Yeah, but you got to pay your taxes. Snoop paid his taxes.
No, that's all.
Just being honest. So leave it right there. Better pay your taxes. It's tax season, just so y'all know. NFL honors. I watched the whole production. I don't know if y'all did. I think they did an okay job. There were some things I was just like, this is dumb. This is a waste of time. I don't know why we're talking about this. But at the same time, I thought it was cool to see the man of the year. Shout out to Whitworth. End up being a champion. That's why I believe more and more that this was the outcome of the Super Bowl was intended to be the outcome. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers gets to wrap up his 4th MVP trophy, 4-time NFL MVP, back-to-back MVP seasons. I'm sure producer James is excited about that. Thoughts about Aaron Rodgers wrapping up that great season, but coming up short once again on his way to the Super Bowl.
You think I'm excited about it, but let me tell you why I'm not excited about it.
Right,
and yeah, if you noticed, I didn't share nothing about it. I didn't say nothing about it on my social media pages, which you know me. I'm all about the Packers. Nobody would have. Well, here's why I didn't. Because I wasn't about a Super Bowl. I was about the Super Bowl this year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what means more to me as a fan. You know, as far as for Aaron, yeah, I probably should have. But I mean, it kind of pisses me off, dude. Like, that we didn't make it to the Super Bowl. You know, as far as like getting over the whole, you know, if you saw my TikTok.
Yep. But it's Aaron's fault y'all didn't go.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. But you know, so okay, so I think of like, and I see all the memes, I see all this shit, you know, all Joe Burrow looking up to Aaron Rodgers, he's chasing greatness. I'm able to say Aaron Rodgers, regular season, you know, fire. Getting to the playoffs, what are you getting? And that's just the reality of it. I'm not like so biased or so far up his ass that I can't admit that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating, you know. And so that's why, as far as like MVP, I'm like, all right, good for you, dude. Like, good for you. That's it. What does that do for me? Shit.
Well, you get to have a great regular season. You get to enjoy the ride until you get to the playoffs.
That's not why you watch the game. That's not why you play the game, to have a good regular season.
Right, but you need to play the games of the regular season, so that sets you up so that you can be in good position to make a playoff run.
How many times is it going to happen that you have a good regular season, and then once you get to the playoffs?
Well, you should know you've been a Packers fan your entire life. You've had 2 back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
And how many Super Bowls?
2.
Okay. 1 apiece.
Right. And how many of other teams had in the past 30 years? Some, none.
How about 25 years?
Same thing. Some, none. Think about if you were a Detroit fan.
Yeah. Fuck them. They're Detroit. I don't expect shit out of Detroit.
Here's the point. What if you're a Buffalo fan? What if you're a Miami fan? What if you're a
Bengals fan?
What if you're a 49er fan? Same thing. They haven't been there in 30 years. Well, I mean, they didn't win. The 49ers were there in 20. 2011, 2012. They didn't win.
I think it almost hurts more like these teams that get there and don't win. When you look at Minnesota, you look at Buffalo, you look at the Bengals, you get there and you don't win. That shit fucking hurts.
Yeah,
man.
but you know why?
Like,
Because nobody remembers the teams that went and lost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just, especially like you losing close ones when you got a chance. Maybe if you get blown out, it doesn't feel as bad. But when you lose a close game, when you're right there on the doorstep, man, this shit hurts.
I think about those
gut-wrenching.
NFC championships, right? And I'm like, dude, like I don't know if I would rather like win those games and make it to the Super Bowl, or like I don't know if I'd rather make it to the Super. Like I don't want to make it to the Super Bowl if we're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I'd rather just like this year I was able to enjoy the Super Bowl. You know, I don't have a dog in the fight like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, man, I don't know if I would just rather like just not even make it. And
you don't believe that.
You don't think so?
You don't believe that in your heart, because you know if you go to the Super Bowl, you got a chance to win. If you have 12 under center, you have a chance to win.
So I guess what I was saying was I don't know if I would rather.
You don't want the heartache of losing
in the
over
Super Bowl.
in the Super Bowl over winning the NFC Championship. That's what it is. That's what you mean.
Yeah, like we finally got over this hump, and then.
Do you know how freaked people, like, let's say hypothetically, and it didn't happen, but if the Cowboys would have went to the Super Bowl, everybody would have been happy. Everybody, it would have been like, oh, we gave it our best. That was the goal. The goal was to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, people would have been disappointed and be like, God damn, especially if it was a tight loss too. But that's the thing, is that's what Dallas wants. They just want to go. And they're another one of those teams, 25, 26, 27 years. They ain't even been dancing.
Happy to be there.
I mean, you got the things got to change. People got to change.
Yeah. You see that West too with like basketball teams in the finals that haven't made the finals, and they're just happy to be there, and they just get fucking ran over. You know what I mean? And it comes with experience. I guess you see it in just sports across the board with the Super Bowl as well, with teams that are just happy to be there. You know what I mean? And there's teams where they're like, we've been here. The pressure from the big game doesn't really bother them, or games if you're in the finals, and they're like, okay, we've been here. We're not looking around at all the glitz and glamour and enjoying media week and all that shit. We're here to handle business, and they go out there and they play the fucking game and they close it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but for some reason, like this year, I didn't get that vibe from either team.
No, I didn't either.
It was basically like these two teams came in to handle their business, and I think for a drop pass and a couple of series where Cincinnati didn't run the ball was their demise, because they picked off Stafford twice. They just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. They scored touchdowns. This is a different game, but neither here nor there. Anything else on the NFL honors before we kick into another break?
I mean,
shout out to Micah Parsons, unanimous defensive rookie of the year for
a lot of people
rookie of the year. Yeah.
Were kind of hurt, or Cowboys fans on my feed were hurt that Dak Prescott didn't get comeback player of the year. Any thoughts on that?
Nah, not really.
He played like shit down the stretch. Burrow beat him out by far.
Also,
Burrow,
one more question before we move on from the NFL honors. Do you think that they should include
Damn, you got serious.
postseason play into determining like the NFL honors, or should it just be regular season?
Ask me that question another way.
Do you think they should incorporate, like, do you think they should consider the playoffs as far as in NFL MVP? Do you think they should do it after Super Bowl basically and take into consideration your playoff performance?
Nah, because the MVP is a reflection of the regular season. Now, what you do afterwards, that's like saying Cooper Kupp could have won MVP and Super Bowl MVP.
He would have too, right?
He would have.
If they
would have done it your way.
Yeah.
He definitely would have won it. But it's only because it's the only reason he won Super Bowl MVP was because OBJ went down. I personally believe that. Because if OBJ doesn't go down, OBJ is catching those passes, not Cooper Kupp.
And also, Stafford had two. How are you going to be Super Bowl MVP if you have two
picks?
Yeah, if he didn't have those, he might have had a chance.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, No, I think the NFL Honors does it the right way. The only thing. So here's my take. The only thing I didn't like about the Super Bowl was Aaron Donald should have been the MVP. Aaron Donald closed the game out. Aaron Donald kept Cincinnati and Joe Burrow from going down to tie the game to go into overtime, or prevent them from a touchdown. The last fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter, the last two series for the Bengals, Aaron Donald and Von Miller shut them down.
Who determines that Super Bowl MVP?
Well, it's the sports writers. But here's the thing. You have to have that MVP vote in before the 2-minute warning.
Bro.
Really? It's also, when you get offensive plays done like that and you get offensive things going, people look to the offense before they look to the defense.
Now, I will say this.
A lot of people's eye.
I will say this. It's a conditional pick. So, like, whoever's leading, they want to vote for that team who's leading. So, like, here's an example. If Joe Burrow and then when it went down and scored a touchdown or a field goal, like, let's say they scored a touchdown, they probably would have said, okay, who's your vote for Cincinnati? And they would have said Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase, whoever scored the touchdown primarily. And so then Cooper Kupp would have been taken out. So if it would have been reversed, Cincinnati would have had the conditional pick put in until it changed, right? So before the 2-minute warning, they say, who's your pick for LA because they're leading? And everybody the majority voted for Kupp. But in reality, if it's not for Aaron Donald and that defense, Cincinnati goes on to win Super Bowl 56.
Has there ever been a player from the losing squad to win a Super Bowl?
That's a good question. I don't know. We'd have to look that up.
Yeah, you got a serious bullshit.
Guess that's my job.
That's a good question. I bet you somebody's already asked that and looked it up. But if it happened, I probably said it happened in the 60s or 70s. I don't think it happened in the 80s. But before we do that, 23 minutes after 9 o'clock, let's get into a quick break. When we come back, we'll go off the rails a little bit as we talk about, looks like we got some in.
Yeah, we got it. Okay. So it says here, Chuck Howley is the only Super Bowl MVP from a losing team on the Cowboys side in a mutually ugly 16-13 loss to the Baltimore Colts.
In what year? 70s?
Yeah.
It would have to be. It would have to be the Cowboys to get some bullshit like that.
What was it? 1970?
Yeah, it said. He played from 61 to 73, so I don't know exactly what year it was.
Yeah, we'll get the date when we come back from break, and then we'll kind of drop that so everybody can just have that little tidbit, and Wes can live in a little bit of agony as we speak. Give us a few minutes. We'll come back, get off the rails, talk about people scrubbing their social media. What's
Coach's question.
Oh yeah, we got the next question, right?
Yep.
That too. Let's get into it.
During career mode. Huh?
1971, Chuck Howley, winner of the Super Bowl MVP. Dallas Cowboys, even though they lost.
What a horrible MVP to win. Like he didn't even want to go. Like, did they call you to the stage to do that? Or you just tell them to fuck off while you're in the locker room?
Good question.
Like, I would.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to get off the rails, get into the mix. But before we do that, Wes, it's your next segment. Let's get after it. Wes, take over the reins. It's time for next question. Let's get after it.
All right, we got up next question. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start off with James. I know he's going to hate it, but it's season finale, so I just want him to go away hating me.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
So
for 6 weeks straight, we're gonna start off with James.
I went first last time.
Let's get it. All right, 6.5.
6.5. This is doing
I do it.
Set up the audio. Set up who it is. Set up.
Who do we have here, Wes?
We have Zach Taylor, and he's this is after the Super Bowl, and whoa. You got to go with the question. I forgot what the question was.
Well, he's the Bengals head coach, first of all.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, let's go.
I knew that.
Yeah, he said that. And it looks like I didn't set this up properly.
Uh-oh. Didn't do his homework. Hey, he didn't understand the assignment, Wes.
Oh.
I think he got it. I think he got it right here.
Zach, how would you just describe your overall emotions right now, just coming off the field? I know it's fresh, but just kind of what's the overall takeaway right now?
What are fresh memories? Or what is he? What the fuck? God damn, this is in shambles.
We're off the rails.
Yeah, we are off the rails. Fresh emotions coming off of the game is what he says, right? Probably. I can troubleshoot this if y'all want me to.
Nah, go ahead. Get into it.
Fresh emotions coming off of the game. Man, they played a hell of a game. It's Matthew Stafford back there. There was some bullshit calls from the refs and all that. And but we're not complaining. We got Kevin McAllister as our quarterback, and he's going to be the quarterback for years to come. We'll be back next year. Next question, please.
All right. And then I'll go. Here we go.
Do you know the audio, Wes?
What was the question?
Oh, I know what the problem is. Give me a second.
All right.
I know what the issue is.
Dang, look at Wes pull. Go ahead, and James, and I'm just saying, look at Wes pulling up his big mic in the frame. You trying to show off, Wes, or what? What you got over there?
I'm doing my props, man.
Oh, you got props? Man, my bad. You got lights. You got props. You got decor in the background. You're a real deal podcaster.
Who taught you? Wes, who taught you how to podcast so good?
It must have been them dudes from the Tri Lambdas.
Yeezy taught you well.
Damn, boy, what you got over there? What you got over there sipping on over there, Wes?
Zach, how would you just describe
Angels
Why is
Envy
it
Rock?
playing?
I don't know.
It's not playing, dude.
Oh, well, you're the producer. Budget cuts.
Hey, how should it? Just ask me the question.
I can play it through. I can play it through third party.
We want to hear it. The people want to hear it.
The people will be able to hear it too.
Sync it up.
No, but I'm going to troubleshoot it. You ready? Wes, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zach, how would you just describe your overall emotions right now? It's fresh, I know it's fresh, but kind of what's the overall takeaway right now?
I'm not happy. I'm not. Hey, yes, I want a shot. Give me, yes, a double. I want the big. Anyway,
where you at?
Dude, I'm hurting. We just lost. We should have won the game. The NFL obviously had it in for us. Roger Goodell, he wasn't ready for Joe Shiesty to shine.
The villain.
And he's hating. But it's all right. We're gonna fix this O-line, get some people that want to get in there, they want to pass block, and we'll be back. So, it's all. Hey, Anyway, so we be ready to go. I'm about to hit this party. It's not really a party, but I'm about to get fucked up. And I'll see y'all. Next question.
Oh, man.
All right, Paul. We'll replay it once for you.
Zach, how would you just describe your overall emotions right now, just coming off the field? I know it's fresh, but just kind of what's the overall takeaway right now?
Hey guys, we appreciate that question. It was a hell of a year. We came out and played strong, especially in the latter half of the season, going in strong to the playoffs. But at the same time, things just don't go our way. But let me tell you something. We got the villain. Joe Burrow is a individual who's going to revamp our franchise. Hopefully, ownership will be willing now to spend some money and get us an indoor facility. For many times, we've had to walk across the street to go to our facilities at times, which we're okay with doing. And all those other franchises out there, maybe you need to get rid of your indoor facilities at time. But I know it's made us a tougher team. I know it's made us a stronger team. But at the same time, when everything is set up against you, and the calls just start going a certain way at the end of the game, you got to do what you can do. And unfortunately, our owners weren't able to match the price point that the Kroenke family was able to make with the NFL. So, for some reason, the flag started coming out when the deals just get done at the right time. And that's out of our control, and we're not worried about that right now. But we're going to reload for next year when we come back. Make sure, probably if we can go ahead and win the division again, we'll have enough money next time that I just hope for God we don't play some big market team like, maybe a team from New York, or if we play those damn Dallas Cowboys, we're definitely not going to be losing. We're not going to be winning again because Jerry Jones will give his soul to the damn devil if he has to get another championship down there in the DFW area. So we had a hell of a year. We're looking forward to another one. We've got a lot of bright future out there for the young people, but stick with us, Cincinnati. We appreciate your support. Maybe we need to have a couple more fundraisers, lemonade stand, maybe a hot plate sale, and get the dollar funds raised up, man. Who knows? People can see Wes out there. He's out there doing all kinds of weird stuff out there with God knows who, running around the streets of God knows where. But at the same time, I want to say to everybody out there, thank y'all for your time. Thank you for everything going out. And I don't know why this voice got so country towards the end of this. I know I'm from Texas A&M, but at the same time, damn it, go Tigers.
Next question.
That was my morph into Ed Orgeron as we got closer.
Hey, so season 1 finale. I will say you always shit on us on the fucking me and Wes are like, oh yeah, bumping elbows and jerking around, but you're always you give a legit answer. You know what I mean? You just shit on us.
I don't shit on anybody. I try to make it fun and entertaining. That's about it.
I guess it just sounds better. Wes over there like a deer in headlights. What's up, man?
Wes over there doing some master karate. What you doing over there? Master karates?
What are you talking about?
You working on your form or what?
Come on, a shirt.
Form?
Oh,
You try to beat up the beat like Jersey Shore or what? It's Jersey Shore season, just so you know. Beat that beat.
Last show I want to hear about.
Beat that beat. What's wrong with Jersey Shore?
It's fucking old as fuck, dude.
I'm old. That's the point.
Nobody cares about that shit anymore.
That's because it was too old for Wes, but not. It's just young enough for me and too old for you.
Nobody cares about Jersey Shore.
It's a great show. You should watch it.
Yeah, you're how old?
38.
Horrible.
Okay.
I mean, we're not playing cartoons over here. I mean, we're not watching animated series. Cartoons. I'm just saying.
All right.
Oh, you watch anime?
No. He watches cartoons. He just wants to call them animated.
I don't watch cartoons.
Animated series. I watch cartoons too.
I watch Rick and Morty.
I watch Tom and Jerry.
No. Okay, Tom and Jerry is a cartoon.
Thundercats.
Cartoon.
Care Bears.
Cartoon.
Hey, well, I got my little kids cartoon.
Teddy Rumpskin.
What the fuck is that?
You too young for that, son. You don't know about that. Teddy Rumpskin. All right. What about G.I. Joe?
Cartoon.
I'm not a fan of Teddy Rumpskin.
All right. What about Akira?
The fuck is that?
You know anime? Dragon Ball Z.
I don't watch no-
Dragon Ball
I don't
Z
watch
anime. It's in its own.
But is it a cartoon?
It's an anime.
But is it a cartoon?
It's an anime.
Yes, I understand what anime means, but is it a cartoon or an animated series?
It's an anime. It's in its own category. There's cartoons, there's anime, and there's animated series.
Okay, what's Voltron?
What is that?
What's Beetleborgs?
What's that?
See, you don't know. You too old, too young.
I remember Voltron.
I am what I am.
You just.
But I mean, Power Rangers. That was before. That was like after me too. So
If I'm watching a Batman series,
Yeah.
a Batman animated series.
No. A Batman animated movie.
Okay.
That's a cartoon.
Okay. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Because it has cussing in it from DC. It has blood. It has violence that not me, but the typical American parent probably wouldn't want their kids watching.
Facts.
It's not a cartoon. It's an animated movie or series.
Yeah, but that's just it's still cartoon.
What makes it cartoon though?
It's animated with drawings.
Fuck you, dude.
I'm just saying
I feel.
it is.
I mean, yeah. I feel like if it's not like if it's drawn, I feel like it's a cartoon.
Here's where I feel like the line is drawn, where it's targeted towards. If it's targeted towards kids, it's a cartoon. If it's targeted for adults or for mature audiences, look at the rating, I guess.
Sure, but that's like saying the Little Rascals is what compared to Predator. We don't have a delineation for a film, a motion picture film. It's a motion picture rated G film, and it's a rated R motion picture film.
Those have nothing to do with it because those are real like live
What's the
action
definition of a cartoon?
That's what we're getting towards. That's the whole fucking core of the debate.
And what is it?
I told you it's targeted towards a lower age range audience, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion.
Okay, I missed that part.
Yeah. Looney Tunes, cartoons. Okay, now I've seen like Batman and DC. So DC, a lot of people don't know.
I wanted to ask this on your show. What's the difference between Care Bears
cartoon
and what about adult cartoons with adult content? No, not that. You know what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
Like if there's pornographic animated material, that's cartoon or
that's hentai.
But it's an animated series? It's animated.
Its own category. It's hentai.
My point is it a cartoon?
I just told you.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
No, it's not, dude. No, it's not.
Basically, I mean, I think anything that's drawn.
What are you looking up there, dude?
You got different categories of cartoon. You have cartoon you got anime cartoons. You got
Wes. When somebody says cartoon, what do you think of? When somebody says cartoon, what do you think of?
I think it's something that's drawn.
Okay, here we go. A cartoon. This is from the Oxford Dictionary. Number one definition. The Oxford University in England.
I mean, who runs them? Are they Democrat or are they Republican?
They're British. Cartoon, a simple drawing showing the feature of its subjects in a humorously exaggerated way, especially in a satirical role in a newspaper or magazine. Okay, hold on. I'm not done.
No. What are you going to read? The second definition?
Sure, we can read that.
Humorously.
No.
Exaggerated.
That was all together with one. There's a second one. There's a second definition. A motion picture using animation techniques to photograph a sequence of drawings rather than real people or objects. So that's a cartoon. Now let me look up animated
Animated though, you get into like puppets.
Animated series definition.
Clay or even more.
It just says animated cartoon.
More than,
and we all know what that is,
or whatever.
It's the same thing.
Go ahead and say it.
An animated series is a set of animated works with a common series title, usually related to one another. That's all it says.
Okay. I feel like
the difference between an animated cartoon and an animated series. No, what's the difference between a cartoon and animated series? Cartoons are created by cartoonist drawings or animators. Animations are created by animators. So that's the difference. An animator creates animated series and a cartoonist creates cartoons. That's the difference. Leave it up to, there it is. That's what it is.
I feel like for me,
so a cartoon,
I just feel like for me,
so a cartoon can't be a series. It's different. It's different topics in each show.
That's not what defines it for me. And I feel like I've discovered this from the debates that I've been going on my show, Dark Side of Mike. Check us out on Wednesdays, 7 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube.
But this isn't about what you feel. This is about what is factual.
No. Factual to who? Factual to who? To Google? To you? To me? To Wes?
To the definition.
To Austin? Who fucking thinks everything that isn't live action is a fucking cartoon?
Hey man, don't bring him up. Like, he can't defend himself.
He can't defend himself even when he's on the show.
Man, you better watch out. He's gonna get on you.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I have found myself, because I have questioned this within myself, and I think that what I define is the age group that it is targeted towards. Like Looney Tunes, I have told you, Looney Tunes is a cartoon. Okay, SpongeBob, it's a cartoon. Anime has its own category, but when I watch like Marvel's What If, which is on Disney Plus, you can go check it out. It's an animated series.
So
it's
what's the difference between that? What's the difference between that and hold on? What's the difference between that and Fox Kids, Marvel in the 90s? What's the difference?
Like X-Men?
Yeah, X-Men.
And Spider-Man.
It's a cartoon.
That is a cartoon. But they don't have, like, it was targeted. It's Saturday mornings. Don't give me that fucking look. It's Saturday mornings. You know who's fucking pouring up a bowl of cereal and going to the fucking TV to watch that fucking show on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I was there. I'll tell you who was there.
Both of y'all some fucking nerds.
You're the one wearing the damn Tri-Lambda t-shirt. What the hell are you talking about? Revenge of the Nerds.
I'm just saying, it's just different. If it's drawn, it's just different types of cartoons, man. Y'all are way overthinking this.
Hey,
shit.
how petty is Kyler Murray right now for scrubbing his entire social media?
You just gonna cut me off when I just want to get my.
I thought you did, Wes.
Hey, I got you right here, full frame, Wes. What's up? What you got to say?
Dude, I'm just saying, you had when you were growing up as a kid. At least I did.
You would wake up in the morning and you would go watch what? Cartoons.
You watch cartoons, but you had your serious cartoons where you had, the G.I. Joe, you had the He-Man, you had your
Cartoon.
Thundercats, or whatever, or you had your Transformers.
Cartoon.
Those type of cartoons. Then you had your goofy cartoons where you got your what you call it, the Smurfs. You got stuff like all kinds of stuff, gummy bears, whatever,
Care Bears,
type goofy type stuff. Then you had your after school cartoons, which is more like Scooby Doo, Fred Flintstone. They weren't really your Saturday morning; those were your after school. So you had your different categories, and they had different type of tones. So I mean, I think it's just once you get to adult, it's the same thing. Like I watch cartoons, but I watch a different type of cartoons. I watch adult cartoons. Like say the South Park, like say the Rick and Morty, you have Boondocks, that type of stuff. So I'm just saying it's different categories, but I feel cartoon is a big umbrella of it was drawn.
So I got one more question for James. Aqua Team Hunger Force, cartoon?
Yes.
Aqua Team cartoon.
Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Yeah.
That's an adult cartoon.
I know.
Yes, cartoon.
Well, what station does it come on?
Comedy Central? Well, it used to come on Comedy Central.
I thought it was Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Maybe okay,
cartoon.
Right. So, but you're talking about your definition was the
yeah, but I know
the
know
group of people was
targeted
targeted to
that. I know I say that, but then I'm also visualizing like the look that it has to it, and it has a cartoonish look. Like I can't explain it. You know what I mean? It's whatever, man. Hey.
X-Men.
Fair enough.
X-Men and What If? It's the same thing.
I'm done. No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But no, it's not. I'm done.
It's not Marvel.
Next segment.
It's not Marvel.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
But no, it's not.
You be the judge. Kyler Murray scrubbing his social media. Petty or not petty? Wes, what do you think?
Man, tell you the truth, dude, who cares? It's social media. Maybe he's scrubbing it because he's like, hey, I'm trying to focus in and try to do something, you know? Maybe he just doesn't want the distractions. But tell you the truth, who cares? It's social media. Get over it.
All right, I guess that's all Wes has to say. James, anything?
Animated series, bro.
All right. Well, we've seen this already from Kyler Murray. He took his ball and went home. He did it at Texas A&M, went to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker, did his deal. I think that Kyler Murray has been creating this persona, I think, ever since he was in high school. He's always won everywhere he's gone. He's never had to face adversity. He's never had to face any kind of wants. I know at Oklahoma he was able to step right in and become an instant winner. I think there's a big money motivation behind this. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I hope for Kyler's sake, he doesn't blacklist himself in thinking he can behave any way he wants and any team will pick him up, because we've seen many NFL quarterbacks who act any kind of way and then get blacklisted. And I'm just not talking about Colin Kaepernick. I'm talking about a lot of different quarterbacks, from Ryan Leaf all the way to Colin Kaepernick. So just because you got a whole bunch of talent doesn't mean you can just act any kind of way you want. So Kyler, be cautious. Make sure you're having calculated moves. I think it's a good move to get people's attention. We've seen other players do this in the past and it works. At the same time, you know, it worked out for Julio Jones, but Julio wasn't a quarterback. We've never really seen a quarterback take this type of move and have it work out for themselves. So cautionary tale. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. But I thought it was petty as hell, but I kind of liked it.
I think you're reading too much into it. Is a dude going to show up for camp? Is a dude going to show up to play? That's what you should really be worried about. Who cares about some social media bullshit?
It happened to Aaron Rodgers last year. Everybody talked about it all year long.
Aaron Rodgers came in and played and showed out.
Yeah, because there was an 11th hour meeting where the president and the GM flew to California to get him on the plane.
Maybe that's what Kyler Murray's trying to send a message to be like. Aaron Rodgers be like, hey, I need to wake up. And that's what kind of Green Bay had to do. They had to wake up and be like, hey.
Yeah, but don't you think that Arizona is already set up to win? D-Hop, Jones on the other side. You got Watt on the other side. Maybe. You got Buda Baker on the side.
That, but obviously, you can say that, but obviously something happened that they didn't. Or you can put it on Kyler Murray that the reason they didn't win was him. Well,
whenever he gets in his feelings, he seems to pout on the sidelines whenever they don't win. Yeah, so yes, I am.
Obviously, they got some holes somewhere, and he's trying to get them.
Kyler Murray's the hole.
Is he that kind of guy? I haven't really paid attention to him.
Dude, I've watched this kid since he's been in high school. Yeah,
he's that kind of guy.
Take his ball and go home.
Oh, okay.
You gotta watch those short dudes, man. They're a little sensitive,
bro.
Fuck, not this motherfucker right here. You see me?
That's that liquid courage right there. All right, well, calm down over there. Definitely take it off the rails for season 1. All right, fellas. Anything else before we get out of here?
We're not off the rails yet, are we?
Oh, we went off the rails.
We're off the rails?
We talked about hentai. We talked about cartoons.
You talked about hentai.
Well, because I needed to get this full circle, because you kept talking about animated series.
About hentai.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was until you told me.
Yeah, okay.
No shit.
Thanks. That's what I'm saying. Oh shit. Anyways, getting back to the point. What else are we gonna talk about before we get out of here? We're gonna be on a month of break before we come back for March. Recreate. What are we recreating?
Carla said she's gonna miss us, guys.
Carla, we'll be back in March. March 14th. We'll be back on.
March 14th for Wes. Wes is hosting.
Wes is hosting.
Excited about the
what are you hosting, Wes?
Yeah. The March Madness is going to be starting. We're going to go through the brackets, get everybody's picks through the first.
Is BRS going to be offering A prize for the perfect bracket.
For a bracket, yes. For a bracket, apparently not.
I meant to say brothel.
Yeah, we should do something, man. Maybe we'll do a get together, do a tournament. Everybody sending. I'm sure we can get brackets online, and whoever wins. We find something they can win. We got some sponsors out there giving away anything.
Nope, not yet.
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe we'll find. We got to find some sponsors to give away something. I mean, it ain't got to be much, but I know some competitive people.
No doubt.
So we can watch it online.
No doubt.
Tight. March Madness is one of my favorite times of year. I'm not gonna lie, because anything can happen. It doesn't matter what seed you end up in that tournament. Of course, like Duke, UNC, all that, they're gonna be, seated high in the tournament. And I feel like, but there's always that Cinderella team there. Anything can happen. You know what I mean?
I'm looking forward to that. Wes, are you excited for it?
Oh, dude, this is my favorite time of year. I mean, there's only been one time that a number one seed went down in the first round, and then the following year, that team won the national championship. That's how crazy it is.
Who was that team?
Virginia, the University of Virginia.
All right.
I think I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Come on.
I doubt it. He says.
Yeah, you need to be our new fact checker.
I missed like twice maybe on some stuff. I mean, y'all know if the Bengals would have won the Super Bowl, how bad I would have came back in here just talking some mad shit.
Yeah, they should have won.
On the picks for this season, I obviously won.
Sure.
I mean, next year we need to keep track. We need to figure out how
I'm gonna have a whole graphic and everything put up for your sorry ass.
Yeah, because hey, we can put a bet on it right now, bro. Who wins next year?
Let's do it right now. Let's do it.
Way too early Super Bowl picks.
Let's do it right now.
No, come
on.
Hey,
You talking that shit? Come on.
Out of here with that noise.
Come on, you talking that shit?
I'm not doing that. No.
Scared, bro.
No.
Scared money don't make money.
All right. I am scared of that thing. You gotta understand, that's just misery. There's nothing good about that. There's overcoming that. I want something I at least have.
How do you know you've never done it?
Huh?
You're just over there used to your Whataburger spicy ketchup.
It's true.
Dude, I saw I saw y'all when y'all did. Y'all look horrible. It just looked like misery. No.
It did suck.
I'm like, it was horrible. Yeah, exactly.
Way too early Super Bowl pick.
West, way too early.
If I wanted to be miserable, I'd have a girlfriend.
Or a boyfriend.
Well, we know what you did last night.
Yes.
Way too early Super Bowl pick. Here we go. Way too early Super Bowl pick. Wes, who you got?
Going into next year, I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
And
no. Just that's his winner.
oh, let's do.
You want to do the matchup?
Yeah, let's do matchup.
All right,
and
Wes.
the winner.
I got the Buffalo Bills, and then from the NFC, I'm gonna go with.
Say it.
I'm gonna go with the Arizona Cardinals.
This guy.
Lame.
Really lame.
James?
I'm gonna go, of course, Rodgers coming back. They got all the pieces. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers, and I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Packers and Chiefs. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a safe pick.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He acts like I said Cowboys. That's what,
He said Green Bay.
He did say Green Bay.
If they didn't do it this year, they had it set up. Why do you think it's gonna change, bro? Join the Cowboy Nation and the era.
No. It's not. It hasn't been 25 years. Okay, chill, calm your tits, bro. It hasn't been 25 years.
It's been 10.
But y'all still haven't caught up. It hadn't been 25 years, and you still can't catch up.
It's been 10 though.
Dude.
Yeah, it's been 10.
All right, here's mine. I'm going. God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. New England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys win in Arizona.
Initiate laugh, Wes.
You sound down as this dude. Are you kidding me?
All right. Scripted.
I refuse. The moment I find out the NFL scripted, the moment I stop watching.
I already told you.
I know what you told me.
All right, here we
I know
go.
what you told
Here we
me.
go. Here's the thing. Look, you don't believe me? The next time Papa Romeo's on the show, ask him. I said at 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I said, whoever wins this game, the calls will go their way after 4 minutes in the game. What happened? Ask him. Ask him if I said that. Sure enough, it happened.
So why would you pick the Dallas Cowboys to win next year? Because you know the NFL don't want the Cowboys to win. Come on, bro. Cowboys ain't winning.
Okay.
You need to let that shit go, bro.
Nope.
You need to realize it ain't gonna happen. We'll never see it. We'll be stuck at 5. They're gonna be making fun of. They're gonna be making fun of like the little kids that are 1 year old that are Dallas Cowboy fans about how their team has never won it.
Hey, when you say 1 year old, it's just singular. You don't need to add the S to it, so it's 1 year old.
Yeah, whatever. You heard what I said, and I said what I said.
1 year old.
Hey, I'm just hey,
here you go. You know what, dog?
proper English, bro.
Ain't none of us using proper English on this show. Ain't none of us.
I know, man. Here you go. Like, who does you think you is?
Who is you think you is? Look, man. Look, you ain't gotta be getting on my man like that. Come on now.
I'm just saying, bro. Whatever, bro. Hey, yeah, this is proper tea, and get out of here. I won't say anything. I'll leave it at that. You know,
Smart man.
People get sensitive. I gotta learn. I'm still in Facebook jail.
Again?
I wonder why. You probably didn't know how to spell there, and there.
I call white men evil, and they ain't
this thing.
I have white, and they all know I'm playing.
The words and actions of Wes Washington do not reflect the PRS show or his colleagues or his.
Leave your roommate alone, bro.
If you're gonna be a little sensitive,
Wes, when you gonna learn?
Like that, you get a little butthurt about something like that. You know what? Then you shouldn't watch us, because you know what? You should go home and you know what? I'm
easy.
Saying, man, hey, toughen up a little bit.
When you gonna learn? You just can't say what you want without consequences.
Especially if you're trying to make it on a podcast.
Yeah, that's true, man. I got a little Antonio Brown and shit.
This is what I tell people. This is what I tell people. I go, this is America. You can say and do whatever you want, but there's consequences.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. There's consequences.
Yeah. Not everybody gonna agree with you.
The problem is, I say what y'all think. Because y'all say these things off, and sending me messages. And
so you're like, I'm the one that has balls.
We get on the podcast, and then all of a sudden y'all always.
Is that what you're trying to say? I'm the one that has balls, as opposed to all of y'all.
Let me tell you something in front of everybody. I'll tell you in order for us to get to where we want to go, we gotta do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Y'all do what y'all gotta do, but I'm still, I can't.
We got Joey Diaz over here.
I can't change who I am.
Namaste, motherfuckers.
I mean, I've became a different form of myself. I try to control it. I used to be really bad. That's probably what.
But you a Power Ranger now?
That's what happened to me when I was playing basketball. I was always a dick. I was always just running my mouth and saying shit I shouldn't say.
Damn.
But I've learned. I'm getting better. I have gotten better.
According to who?
He's self-reflecting.
That's all that matters, according to me.
Self-reflecting. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Bet.
Bet.
Hey, speaking of
me to do this 10 years ago, we would have been done already. Y'all would have been canceled.
Nah, I hope we have enough attention to get canceled. That means we have a lot to lose. That's good.
Hey, that tells you somebody was watching today because somebody told us that the sound wasn't working.
Yeah.
But that was, to me, that impressed me. I was like, man, because we could have did this whole thing and not heard nothing, thinking we were good.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
and they told us. That's the other.
I would like to think that I would have noticed at some point.
Oh, and
then again,
before we go, I want to say a birthday shout out to my homegirl Kyla.
It's Carla's birthday.
Yeah, I used to work with her at.
There you go. I got you full screen. Go ahead, spill it out.
Oh, happy birthday, Kyla! Hey, happy birthday to you. Boom.
That's copyrighted too. Be careful.
Payday, you want payday? I know that.
That was my version. I have that copyrighted. Happy birthday to you.
Is that how you really sing it to them when you face to face?
Cabrón.
Yeah,
half-assed y todo.
The whole song. She gets the gist.
Damn, James will be licking up, getting that Spanglish coming out.
Half-assed like a mo.
Oh, now we are off the rails. Hey, I think we got in trouble in our Instagram group.
You got in trouble.
Well, it's us.
You're the owner of that. I didn't get nothing to do with that shit.
All I know is I saw it said at the top, it said, even if you unsend comments, they're still captured.
Oh yeah, it said Wes unsend something.
Oh, you unsend something, Wes?
Oh, yeah. No, it's.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
No, listen.
Listen.
That's your problem. That's why you single now, Paul.
Oh, damn.
That's fine.
Damn.
Now that's what you told me earlier when I was talking about women.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You said I don't compromise. But anyway, what happened was you said something that was cool, but I hit the wrong person to send it to, so I ended up sending it back to that message, so I untook it. Nah, we didn't get in trouble.
No. I know we didn't get in trouble because I went and looked at one of the other ones, and do not say it, Wes. I looked at one of the other posts or one of the other videos, and that comment was still up there that you had, and I was like, okay, well then we didn't get in trouble. Because if that's still up there, then we're fine.
Do not say it. What I say?
I ain't telling you. I ain't telling you what you didn't say.
Why not? Why you gotta don't mute me?
Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I like you?
No, you think people really take me serious of what I say?
Yes.
Everybody knows I'm
You're an
nice.
upstanding. You're an upstanding member of our community.
Yes, they know I'm not really what I sound like. I'm all bark. I just like to talk shit. I'm all about peace, man. When I was always a bouncer, I was always like, hey man, nah, man, y'all don't fight.
Yeah, and then you be dropping fools as soon as people
how many
get
times
wild.
you get knocked out?
No. I didn't really punch. I just put people in chokehold.
Hey, you ever see Mark Henry on the streets?
Man, Mark Henry, I'm definitely not going after Mark Henry.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
He used to come in Sam's boat all the time when I was managing Sam's boat. And man, he dropped some huge bombs one time, man.
He's a big human, right?
Yeah. And I just heard, hey man, there was no toilet paper in that, so we had to throw him over a roll of toilet paper. Oof.
No
Man,
shit.
going there after that. Yeah.
Hey, respect to Mark Henry.
I don't know how he fit into the stall because I had problems fitting into it.
Because he's an athlete, bro.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
I'm surprised he didn't go into the handicap stall.
All right, I think let's stop talking.
I think big guys should be able to use the handicap stall.
I use it. I ain't ashamed.
But we have
Every
to.
time.
Facts.
Every time.
At work.
I mean, you want more room and shit?
I need more room.
Come on.
Just saying. Facts.
Whoa. But yeah, you don't understand it, James. You won't understand it, bro.
I don't need to understand it. If I go into a normal stall, like I'm like, I just feel like claustrophobic in a way. Like I need room. Like I need to reach out. I want to be able to do this and grab my toilet paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just,
Man, so
it's.
so
What's up, Wes? What's up, Wes?
Imagine being. I'm just saying. Imagine being us, James. If you feel like you feel like it's tight on you, imagine being us.
Being us. Who's us? Who the fuck is us?
Me and Wes.
I know who he's talking about, but you know, you're like, and he's like,
damn.
Hey,
Damn.
come on, man. Y'all forced me. You see what y'all do? Y'all forced me into these fucking comments, and then y'all are like,
You go
wow.
you're like this. You're like,
Yo.
what are we doing here?
Store.
What are we doing here?
Gonna say some offensive shit.
I'm just saying we're space eaters. We eat up a lot of space. Either way it goes, up, down, whatever.
Wide, sideways.
I'm not thin. So I mean, I'm just saying we eat up space. So like, it's just very difficult, especially if you don't want to touch nothing in that motherfucker either. So like, especially like you don't want to rub up against nothing. You know, so
I cannot relate.
Public bathroom.
I cannot relate.
Unless I get that handicap stall. That handicap stall, dude, it's just such a luxury in there.
Hey, you're sorry, bro, because there's gonna be some dude or woman or whatever that walks in there.
It's happening. It's horrible.
Hey, no, that you're in the handicap stall, and then they wheel themselves in there, and they're like, they look under like this. They're like, and they're like, oh. And then they're just gonna be pissed to find out that it's not a handicapped person.
How do they know we're not handicapped?
It's happened, dude. It's very uncomfortable. And I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry. I can't fit in there. You just don't understand. It's happened. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
I've never been in there when somebody came to use it. I've been in the bathroom when someone was using it, and I just walk away and come back later.
Okay. So let me get this straight, Paul.
Yeah,
Paul. It's handicap space or die. You're not using any other stall but the handicap stall.
If I don't fit, yeah. If I don't fit,
no. Handicap stall. Or shit my pants.
Well, we're gonna go find a store. We're gonna go find an HEB. We're gonna go find a Whataburger.
There's a fucking single stall right next to it.
If I can't wipe my butt, if I can't wipe my behind, why am I gonna attempt to use the toilet?
You don't understand. James, I don't think you really.
I'm not fucking talking to you, dude. I'm really not talking to you.
Oh.
Dang, what happened here?
Because he's mad.
Why are y'all making me seem like this? He's not as big as you. He's not as big as you.
You've never met Wes. I haven't either.
Yeah, but he's this way. He's not this way.
But you don't know how wide he is what he's trying to tell you.
I'm telling you, I'm not that skinny. I'm not that skinny, dude. You need room. It's hard to turn around in there, to even sit down to like get out to get your pants down. Like
and that's the thing about it. Like if I can't turn my body and do what I got to do to take care of myself, like why am I going to use that toilet?
Exactly. I really think that you think I'm a lot skinnier than what I am. I'm not that skinny.
Yeah, I bet Wes is like Wes. What size t-shirts you wear?
No, I know his kind.
I wear double X. I'm 270 pounds. I'm not that light, bro.
But what size t-shirt do you wear?
XL 1.
I wear a 2X, but I could probably wear a 3.
Okay.
But I mean, like, you're trying to say that my shirt looks. That's why I can say I wear 3. This is a double X.
No, I was just saying because I'm trying to get a sense of the width of your shoulders so that we can have a better understanding.
Yeah, like it's some room. But also I've been in there when they showed up. It's very uncomfortable. They knocked on the door.
When you go to a fitting room and you're like, oh, I need to try this on at Target, do you like ask for a special fitting room, or do you go try it on like outside or something?
Oh, bro, fitting rooms are big, and you know it.
I don't go to fitting rooms at Target. I go to fitting rooms at DXL. The big and tall store. I go to the and they are bigger.
Well, you're not tall.
But I'm big.
But you're not tall.
I'm fat, so that means I wear big.
But they're big and tall.
Bro, there's a big before the tall. Are you in the same? Are you following what I'm saying?
You can look at me and not know that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to
I'm
big
trying
and
to
tall.
educate you right now. That's what I'm trying to do. The big and tall is for fat people and tall people. They just don't want to say the fat and tall store. You know what I'm saying? That's bad for business.
I own the motherfucker.
Well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
shame all you sons of bitches.
Well, that's fine if that's the way you feel about it.
Come on in here to the fat motherfucking store.
That's
Come
cool.
on in.
I guess we're gonna get a store for the 5 feet and under then.
Fuck yeah, it's called Echo.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
It's got Echo and Zoomies.
The Zoomies probably. I can see that.
Yeah.
What do y'all got? Extra smalls? Okay, yeah. And mediums?
I'm medium, man. I used to wear my clothes like large because back when I was in high school and shit.
Yeah.
I used to like my clothes to fit me like a little baggy.
Sure.
But like I've expressed to y'all on the show, and I like my clothes to fit like
Sure.
I'm almost wearing skinny jeans and shit, dude.
But that's a preference.
And I wear medium. Yeah, I wear medium clothes.
Yeah.
I want my shit to just like fit me.
Yeah.
Just cover me so I'm not naked outside. Just cover me.
Yeah.
You have that luxury. You know how hard it is for me.
This guy, dude. What the fuck?
I'm just saying, man. You don't know the problem of being a tall, fat man.
I don't. No. If you're tall and you're fat, like if you were Wes's height and you were like,
400 pounds.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good.
Well, you can't say 400 pounds or what?
No, I was gonna say 500.
Okay, 500.
Yeah.
There are guys like that.
I know that.
All right.
Yeah. Paul, we got to give a closure to the end of this show. I appreciate you tapping me to run the board and do everything that I've done this past year. It has been a pretty much blessing to me, man. I couldn't ask for nothing better to, refine my skills week after week with the, volume that we do the Paul Rodriguez show on. I really appreciate you. I enjoy doing this show. Adding Wes was I love Wes. I love you, man.
I love you too, bro.
I'm not drunk. But I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah.
I appreciate Mingo, Carla, the Eagles fan, Norrish, the Tennessee fan. I remember you guys.
Yep.
And I can't wait till season 2, man. I really enjoy doing this shit. This is what I love to do.
It's fun.
Produce shows and hang out with you guys, get knowledge on my head, NFL. And I just want to thank you, Paul, for putting this all together.
You're welcome,
and
man.
I will be back for season 2.
Thank you, man. Wes?
Oh, man, dude. Why you got to do that, man?
You got to follow that. Good luck.
Follow that, bitch.
I mean, that was, I was.
You're off a cliff.
Man, I was excited to do this with y'all, man. I get excited every week. Even when we would take nights off, I was always sad. So this is gonna be rough for me, not having to do the show every week. But I'm also excited that we're gonna do March Madness.
Yep.
The Monday after Selection Sunday, I believe it's March 14th. If not, but we'll put together some commercials and some reminders or whatever for upcoming bid. And dude, I'm excited for season 2 because I feel we're gonna get better. And hopefully I don't walk out on the show or anything like that. I'm gonna have to start having special guests next season.
Word.
Dropping by the crib. Now that I live alone, I can have people come by the crib. So
just make sure they wear clothes.
Yeah. Next year, what?
Make sure they wear clothes.
Oh man, y'all, man.
Wes, we're gonna need to make you some money with those shirts. Here you go and put your face on it, man. That's gonna be That's a project I need to get underway. That's a great shirt. Here you go.
But yeah, man, I'm excited, and I thank you again, Paul, for inviting me in, dude. And like I said, I'm excited to do some more things next year and try to expand and what's it called? Push the envelope a little bit on what we can do.
Yeah, fellas, I appreciate all those kind words and it wasn't like you weren't doing it either. I appreciate all your kind words. Y'all did fantastic. For me, a lot of it was, I was in need, and I saw James's talent on another show, on his show actually, and I was like, that's a valuable source. That's something that we could use, that we could start the show with. I wanted to have a strong team, and I was looking for people as we were moving forward. And Wes, you did so great as being a guest, and your numbers showed that people liked you, and so that's when I made the decision. And James was good with it, you coming on, and we've had this trifecta going on strong for midway through the season until now, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the fans who have joined in and watching us with our antics and stupidity and nonsense we give in week in and week out. And this isn't goodbye, but this is just goodbye for a break. Like I said, we'll be back in March and kicking back off when the NFL draft occurs. We'll have our second annual NFL draft party to get things going on in April. That'll be the 28th, I believe, or 7th. I have to double check the calendar rather, and get back things grooving, because once draft begins, the NFL season really kicks off. And so I'm looking forward to that time with everybody here, and more in studio guests, as Wes is talking about having some people on his end. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. And who knows, we may have a new studio when we pick back up in April. I'm really looking forward to getting that completed. So big time different look. It's going to be different. Still, the Americana is going to be flying, but we may have a new sponsor of the show that we'll be highlighting. Just letting y'all know. Big things coming 2022. Until then, this isn't goodbye. This is just goodbye for now. Until then, we'll see you in March. Everybody, be kind to each other, love each other, and we'll see y'all then. We're out.